Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a little review, as you already know by the name of this video. It's my 1-year review on the Marin Rift Zone 2. First thing I'll say is this last year has been great. I've really enjoyed riding it. It's a pretty solid bike. I do have a couple things that are as I've gotten more into mountain biking and understanding more about mountain biking, but it's overall nothing that I'm like dying over or wishing I wouldn't have got it. So first off, after a year, it has held up to everything I've done to it. I've had a couple of good accidents on it. There's some scarring on the paint. I'm not really one of those people that is gonna freak out about the paint job. I don't know. I kind of consider scratches or anything on it, as long as it's not too insane, as more like scars of my wrecks and things that have happened. That's just me. I do actually plan on one day, once it's real beat up, just getting it completely custom painted to my liking and then start over. But yeah, it's taken its hits. I have upgraded a couple things on it since I got it. Nothing too significant. The first thing is I upgraded. I actually did this today. I haven't even rode it yet with these, but I put some 1-up aluminum pedals on it. When I bought the bike, I got free Black Spire pedals with it, and they were plastic, they were bulky. I was excited to see how they'd work out. I figured maybe the bulkiness and everything would make them like tough, but I've been cutting that plastic up, and I actually ended up losing a peg out of them, which I thought was kind of lame to lose a peg only after a year. I know it happens, but I just felt like that was pretty quick. So yeah, upgraded that. I put some lizard skin grips on them, and I have a new rotor on the back. That's probably the most significant upgrade that I've done to the bike so far as like rideability and everything like that, especially since I can't tell you just how great these pedals are yet. I can tell you that the Black Spires aren't, I wasn't a fan overall after a year of riding. The rotor, I ride a lot now at Jared's place, which is a downhill park. If y'all haven't heard of it, check it out. It's in North Georgia. Places, they have a shuttle. It's really sweet. But I started getting a lot of noise in my rotor, and it's because I'm heating that bad boy up because I'm riding my brakes, learning. And it's, even their green downhill is still downhill. So I ended up riding them. I burnt out a pad already, so I have new pads. But I got a rotor that is has a lot better heat resistance, and I can use metallic and resin pads on it, so I don't need to worry about a place not having what I need if that happens. But so those are the 3 significant things I've changed. I do think about I'll probably upgrade the suspension next. I don't have plans to buy another bike. I want to just keep this one. It's a trail bike. It's not an enduro bike. It's not an XC bike. Nice jack of all trades bike. If you're out there looking for a certain type of bike, if you're like, oh, I want to do enduro racing, that's all I want, then go get an enduro bike. If you're looking for XC, go get an XC bike. This is gonna do a little bit of both. I actually took her, I did my first ever enduro race, and I also did an XC race at Browns Mill in Noonan and it worked great for both of those. Probably the Noonan race and maybe the enduro race. I've heard a lot about when you're doing stuff like that, maybe you want clipless pedals. I ride flat. That's just how I started. Maybe one day I'll switch to clipless and see how that goes, but right now I just ride flat. But with an enduro race, definitely a lot more travel is needed. There's a lot more bumpy riding. I don't know, because I've never rode anything else with more travel or a better suspension, but I can go ahead and assume that it's probably going to be better. So I think I'm going to upgrade the front fork to a go up to 150 millimeters of travel. Right now it's at 130, which isn't that big of a deal, but I do plan on progressing. I'm starting to hit jumps a lot more and feeling like I'm getting better at that. So I definitely plan on upgrading that, and along with that, gonna upgrade to a better rear suspension. But for what came on the bike, it's been great. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had to bleed the brakes yet. Like I said, only the back rotor pad, brake pad, is the only thing I've had to like change out maintenance wise. Same tires. The Trail Kings have been great. Probably once those are done for, I may go up to 2.5s, may stay at 2.4s and just get a more tread. Maybe try out some Maxes or find some other Continentals. I don't know. The seat's been great. The dropper post has been working great. The dropper post, the lever for that is probably the only thing that got tougher and tougher. You want to keep those things clean. Always maintenance on the bike, but overall, solid performing bike. I haven't had an issue where I've come home and been like, really? The only thing I've just little more better suspension in the future is about all I'm looking for. I got the better pedals, so hopefully those will help me with grippiness. I'm already ripping the bottom of my shoes apart, so eventually I have to get new pairs of those. But overall, guys, it's a great bike. If you're looking to get one, go for it. Everything's upgradable. These things are not cheap. You can get a better bike than this. You can get an enduro, you can get an XC, but this bike is great for if you're just trying to do a little bit of everything. You know, you can't. An enduro bike isn't gonna be that great to pedal uphill. An XC bike is better to pedal uphill, but it's not the best downhill type endurance bike. They all have their pros and cons, where I feel like this one is right there in the middle. You can do a little bit of both. You're not getting the best suspension out of an enduro bike on this, but you're getting better rideability for when you're not doing endurance. And same with XC, you're still getting a better downhill type ride than you would with an XC bike with a shorter geometry and everything like that. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. It's been a great bike, and we'll see what the next year has in store for it, and if I do any more damage to it, you'll see that next year. So thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay positive and ride your bike.